Hello world, my name is Jake, and I was inspired to do this video just because something needs to take place to raise people up, and I think I'm the guy to do it. I made a commitment to use this app to connect with, like-minded individuals, because I know the kind of energy that I put out there, and I know what kind of energy I can attract. It's funny because I always notice just so much chaos and so many, just wild people and wild things, and just how people speak is just not where it should be. So I had to make this to let people know that when you enter my space, you're talking to a God. You're not talking to one of them, average niggas out there on the block that's just going to allow you to say whatever you want to say. And then there's just there's a dialogue that needs to happen within this community. And I think it's every person's, every spirit's ultimate purpose. They come to this realm, to this earth, to experience love. This app is a tool for connecting to love, whether it be through brotherhood, through friendship, through companions, through people with like minds, or a lover in some way, shape, or form. It facilitates that. When we talking about love, love is a spiritual thing. It's something that you attract. Personally, I've been mentored, I've experienced, my parents are still, married to this day. My whole life been full of love. There's so many different subtle and beautiful ways. And if I'm going to use this, I got to bring that to this too. This is my personal vow to no longer allow lower energies to come into my space, or to even bring their energy or conversations to my realm, because that's not how I speak if I'm off here. I live my life holistically, and that means a lot to me. And I don't think I'm better than nobody. I'm actually a pretty humble dude, and I love just educating people and planting seeds that awake people, researching things and giving people tools to change their own lives. So that's what I'm here for. I see so much that's going on, so much lower level people that's stuck in their root chakras. As we men, we can talk like men. Men get horny, they want to fuck. However, when you grow past a certain age, it's time to begin to change those ways. And shit, I'm 27. I've been feeling like those ways should have been out of my life when I was fucking 21. And I personally changed that. I prepared myself. Before, I was with somebody for 4 years. Before that relationship, I stopped having sex. My whole mentality, it just was changed way before I even met the person. And that allowed me to bring love into my life. And I'm talking about real love. See, there's different levels of love. Most people don't know this. Most people see this on the TV and surface value relationships that they see on social media and try to imitate that. But the type of love I'm talking about is a whole nother level. The type of love where what somebody's thinking, where you up the street and a person is already waiting for you at the door because they knew that you was coming, because they felt your energy. The kind of love that you're in a grocery store and you just know that this person has a craving for some weird ass ice cream that night, and you bring it home and they was like, wow, that's exactly what I wanted. Where you just connect to someone so deeply that you guys have a energetic bond that's like no other. It's almost like telepathic thought. Most people don't know that level of love. Most people don't know that shit can be achieved between two men. Most people don't know that we two-spirited. We not gays or homos. Well, I'm not. I think there's a difference between a man who sleeps with men and a spiritual man who's attracted to the same sex, who walks in his duality. Personally, my life, I live my life in the latter, as a two-spirited God. You know, I know who I am. I know where I came from. Most of the people don't. Most of y'all don't. Most of the people watching this video, what the fuck this nigga making this video for? But I had to make it because it's just so many like low-level ties, and personally, I know I'm gonna find love. I'm not looking for it. I'm attracted, should I say. And very soon, like anytime I ever wanted it, it came. Very soon. So this video is my gift to everybody here. Because I won't be here for long. And y'all need something to wake y'all up. I mean, the level of fucking fuckery and foolishness is unbelievable, to say the least. And I'm a conversationalist, personally. So I just think it was time to bring the conversation to you, especially when you decide to interact with me, because now you know where my mindset is coming from. I think this love thing, personally, I see it. I deal with people in archetypes. My friends, my lovers, my associates, my family. I see the archetypes within people. And when I say archetype, I mean like Malcolm X, the lover, the singer, the artist, the lawyer, the trickster. I mean like universal, godlike personalities. That's what I look for in a lover. Personally, I'm a chameleon. You know, there's parts of me that is the trickster. There's a Frank Lucas in me. There's a Pablo Escobar in me. There's a lawyer in me. There's an artist in me. There's a lover in me like no other. And we need to start opening ourselves to new ways of thought. I'm not saying that you gotta subscribe to my system or the way I do things. When you come in this space, it's all about positive energy. It's all about love and just building and growing. It's not necessarily being thirsty or looking for something, because personally, I don't need anything. I have everything I need and then some for my life. I'm good. I will be good. However, a lot of you don't. And this video is to help you get something. Maybe it's just that one thing you've been struggling with all your life. Maybe this video will help somebody not get sick with AIDS one day. I don't know. But it's the lifestyle changes. I know that as soon as I open up this app, I'm confronted with a logo, which is a sigil, which is a magical image that's designed to get into your subconscious so that you remember it. Like any logo is a sigil. The McDonald's sign is a sigil. I know when you open Jack, you automatically confronted with the logo of Jack for a few seconds. And the colors is bright reds, oranges. Almost like McDonald's. It's designed for, instead of fast food, it's designed for fast sex, fast connection, fast love, or quick encounters, whatever. And, you know, I'm a God. Wherever I go, I bring my spirit to it. I don't receive the energies from the outer world unless I want to receive them. So with this, I'm choosing to take the higher road and tell you how my interactions is going to be on here. And maybe a better way of how you can interact with other men. The reason why I started talking about love was because it's, for some odd reason, it's something that most gay men don't know. Most of us, from what I see, are just thinking with our lower members and just seeking any connection that's going to allow us to bust a nut and then going about with our lives. But unfortunately, the true nature of sex and connecting with someone does not work that way. After you sleep with someone, you still receive, either gave away all your energy and keep all of theirs, vice versa. You either receiving somebody else's fucked up, slept around, used and abused energy, or you got bit by a vampire, a spiritual vampire, essentially. So I'm making this video just to kind of, you know, distance them energies from me and elevate the rest of y'all's mindset on, you know, like what's going on. The problems that it's easy to see in that. You know, from a spiritual perspective, sex is like marriage. Every time you sleep with someone, you married to them. Every person you slept with, you married to them and all of their energy and everybody that they ever been with in their lives, period. I know this spiritually. I feel like every time I open this app, every time I talk to somebody, every time somebody says a wild comment, the energies is so low. It's like dealing with a thirsty hoe from the fucking country of nowhere. Like somebody that just is just barren and just wants to like eat you alive for sex. Like that's the same energy that this tool gives off to the world. And it puts everybody who uses it in that mindset. But the reason why is because we buy into the hype. When you don't buy into the hype, you don't live that way. You don't ever succumb to that energy. And you eliminate those energies from your life. So I'm making this video to try and elevate those energies. And elevate the energies that I attract. You know, I have to explain how my last relationship was and the level of love that I received in my life to let you know what I expect, what I'll handle, what I'll deal with for the next person. From a friend, from a homie, from a lover, whatever. Like that translates to all areas of my life. Loyalty is everything. In my last relationship, no one explicitly cheated. You know, loyalty was everything. Like it's like, you know, at any given second, we was ready to go to war for each other. Like you don't find that often. And the same thing with my friends. Most of my friends I know for years. I'm only 27, but I knew most of my friends since I moved to New York City. The people that I call my close friends, which is very few. I do a lot of work spiritually on my own. You know, my path is all about my own life and what I can do for it, not what other people can do for me, personally. But everybody has a different path. Not everybody has my path. You know, I know a medicine man who's one of my mentors. He's one of my elders. He's a good friend of mine. And he told me, you know, he has a beautiful relationship with his ex-wife. You know, I love to see love. And I love to see two people who know, you know, their relationship no matter what it looks like to the outside world. To the outside world, they're divorced. They're not together. But to them two, you know, it's a kind of love that'll never end. And they have a child who's a beautiful kid. This man told me that, specifically, our lives are very similar. No one can charge you like you can charge yourself. So the message that we have to take from that to you, to the people watching this video is that, you know, you wake up today, you horny. You looking for sex. You really looking to be charged spiritually. And you think you're going to get it from the cute face that you see online. But the reality is that no one can charge you like you could charge yourself. So I say all of that to convey that message. And then when we go back to the whole love thing, like, you know, what I expect or from a friend for a partner, like, what I have seen with love is incredible. At such a young age, like my next lover, it might be marriage. It's really that serious and that simple to say it. What I was prepared for from the archetypal lover that I was dealing with, who was another guy, who was a healer, who was a lover, you know, what I learned from that relationship is like a whole lifetime in itself. So when you come at me, just come at me from a humble place. You know, ignore my face for a second. Ignore yours, what you think you are, what you think you have, because none of that matters. These are things, and this is all a spiritual situation. Most people don't know it, though. See, you know, the act of attracting and receiving love is all about where you are in your life right now and where you've been in your life. You know, how you handle the challenges that your life brought you. If you handle them well, you might be gifted with love. If you haven't handled them so well, or in past lives you got, you know, major issues with love, you might be dealing with some fucked up shit in the love department right now. My only thing is don't bring it this way. Because, you know, I don't receive it. And I don't want it in my life. Like I was saying earlier, I made a commitment to just see what this shit is about. You know, checking this out, check people out, and make new friends and bring new energies into my life. I love new energies. Sometimes my black guys just want to go for a walk in the park with a cool nigga. Or I just want to fucking go have dinner and sit down and have a good time with somebody that's new, somebody that's cool, somebody that's on my same level. That's why I'm here. If you know, a friendship, if something more, if, you know, some loving interactions having to come out of it, you know, we deal with it then. But my energy is what it is. You get what you see. I am who I am. And on another second, like, you know, it's so much. I'm a conversationalist. This is a conversation. This is to go on and on and on. I got so much to speak to people about, especially people in this community, because we seem to be the receivers of all the, you know, fucked up programming. I mean, when I say fucked up programming, it's evident all over this tool. Like, who taught us that to get love, I gotta show my dick and I gotta show my ass? Like, let's talk about attracting love. What you can do to attract love. I should say that because, you know, this is the area that I'm actually pretty good in. And I always tell, you know, my closest friends, my homegirls, whether you're a dude and you're looking for a man, or you're a man and looking for a girl, of how to get it. You have to be prepared. You got to prepare yourself. You got to prepare your life. You got to get focused and find some own balance and your own happiness and peace within before you even start talking about another man. Then once you find that balance, you got to put yourself in a place and start imagining what you want your other lover to be. That's why I'm making this video. This is conveying what my other lover, my next lover will be. Another guy. Like, that's the only thing I'm going to settle for. That's all I'm used to. That's all I know is how to love. And how to love powerfully, deeply. And, you know, no average nigga, no average dude can't bring that. I love, as far as attracting love, back to what I was saying, you know, you start with working on yourself. Then once you prepare your vessel, the best way is to either do some fast or some type of abstaining from sex and to keep clean thoughts, you know, get grounded and focused on the more important things in your life. Then when you feel like you're ready and you prepare for a relationship, then it's time to work on magnetizing that other person to this better version of you. And how you do that is you imagine what, you know, some really important qualities in the other lover, even kind of down to what they look like or their general stature and how they speak and the little subtle things that they're going to do to turn you on. For example, I love a man's smell. I love when you walk away from me and I still smell your smell. I love when I can grab a shirt and it smells like a man for a week after. I mean, it's nothing more sexier to me than that. Those little things, imagining that what that person is going to be who leaves that shirt there. And then you just smell like sandalwood and vanilla for a week there. Imagine that. That's how you attract love. And pretty soon, if you do new things in your life and put yourself into a chaotic, new patterns, because we are chaos beings. This world was built out of chaos. And from chaos comes order. From darkness comes light. As above, so below. So when you put yourself into the chaos, meaning a simple way of putting yourself into the chaos is to do new things. Form new habits, new routines. That means do not go to the same gym every day. That means try a new workout class. That means take a new art class. And from this, you'll meet new people. And eventually, if you did these things right, if you have, you know, molded your life right and you truly prepared for a lover, you're going to meet him. Simply as that. And we all will, you know. That's all of our higher purpose is to manifest love. A lot of group mentalities. Every person in this world came in here for a different reason. You know, that's astrological. That's where your zodiac sign comes in. And your life purpose, which most people don't know, especially us. Two-spirited men or gay men who tap into their higher selves specifically are masters of this realm. You know, we can manifest, we can essentially create anything that we want on the earth. We are the closest being to gods. You know, in, you know, African, in any spiritual tradition where there's a duplicity, a multiplicity of gods, all the gods are androgynous. We are androgyny in the living, spiritual flesh. No, that is your purpose in here. It's to, manifest that androgyny and manifest your soul's purposes and to help people, essentially, all in different ways. You might help somebody this way, I might help somebody that way. I might be helping somebody watching this video. The next point to that is, as an androgynous being, both masculine and feminine. I don't give a fuck if you say you're a strict top or a strict bottom, whatever. You still there's a certain percentage rate of masculine and feminine in you because you're two-spirited or all-spirited. The only people who are one-spirited who can say I'm completely a dude or I'm completely straight is a man or a woman. And it's your job as an androgynous being, as a two-spirited man or woman, to assist our straight brothers and sisters or your straight family members, because both masculine and feminine. So you can identify with a man and a woman. And you can bridge the relationship between two. You can bridge the relationship between your parents, between your brothers and sisters, between your cousins, your family, your friends, everybody that's straight. And most of them don't even know they got a God in the flesh that they can come and talk to and solve some of their life's biggest conundrums. Their only purpose here was to meet. Yours was to teach the world, lead the world, heal the world, go to war, everything. We got so many different purposes as two-spirited men, and most of us don't know it. So I'm here to change and set the record straight and just let you know, the power within. You can do the research. Look up anything about two-spirited Native Americans. It's something that's been around since the beginning of the time. Egyptians had two-spirit. All the most deepest cultures in society revered us. We had the highest positions in society. And as soon as patriarchal Christianity interfered and forced their religion on everyone, is when people's views of two-spirited men or gay men changed. It's also a reason why I won't ever identify as a gay man. Because personally, gay men are just looked at specifically for as sexual beings. In the media, anytime they're portrayed, it's because of their sex. And there's so much more to you and me both than sex. I mean, we all have so many gifts and so many life paths and so many patterns, and so many, so much to bring to this world beyond sex. In fact, a lot of gay men's purpose is not supposed to deal with sex, to be honest with you. It's supposed to be dealing with helping the world, and you don't even know it. So I'm here to help that and change that. And hopefully this video changed somebody's life, even if it's just one. So yeah, this is a tool to remind you that when you approach this space, it's about clean habits, clean energies, clean conversation. And we have good times. And that's who you're dealing with, God. So I wish everybody the best. Contact me if you need to know anything, if you got some questions, if you need some healing. I can point you in the right directions. I can put you in places where you can find healing and people and so on and so forth. My name is Jake. It was cool talking to y'all. I know it was long, but y'all can deal with it. And I got many more videos, and I'm actually going to be speaking about this pretty soon to a greater audience of both two-spirited men and heterosexuals. So, this is what I came here to do, is to lead, and that's what I'm doing by making this video. I'm no longer choosing to be a part of the scheme that is this app. I'm choosing to deal with and attract like-minded, God-minded, good vibing people in a cool way, without being with a fucking ego.